So, mate, yeah, the new gig is well, obviously the more noteworthy one is you guys are opening a new venue. Tell me about it.
Yeah. So we're playing. We've got two shows in Queensland coming up over Easter. We're doing Thursday, April the 6th at Mo's Desert Tavern on the Gold Coast, which is a new venue that we've never played before. Not a new venue as such, but
Hmm.
it's a venue that we've never played before, which is going to be awesome. I can't wait to play it. Christian, the guy who runs it's an awesome dude and been a friend of mine for many years, and we've just never had the opportunity to play there. So I thought let's do that, because it's down the other side of the Gold Coast from Vinny's. And it's a little bit closer. We played a lot down in Byron Bay, Lismore, and all of those kind of places. So it's a little bit easier for those people to come up as opposed to being like right on the other side of the Gold Coast, if you know what I mean.
Hmm.
So I'm looking forward to that. And apparently they got a new bar that they're opening on the same night, which is going to be pretty sick too. So looking forward to doing that. And it's always great when you're from Melbourne. It's always great to go to the Gold Coast. Like
Yeah.
it's just a nice thing to do because the weather's good, and like here it's like far out, man. I
Oh,
don't
for
even
sure.
feel like summer even came,
Yeah.
and but then on the Saturday night, April the 8th, we're playing at Bad Luck, which is the new bar that's being opened by Kenny and Dennis, who run King Lear's Throne and are sort of staples in the Brisbane scene. Um, they sort of approached us and said, we want you to come and play one of the opening shows. And we chucked a few dates around. And I don't think we're the very first show, but we're calling it the 0th birthday party. So, yeah, we just, whatever. Just to be stupid, have a bit of fun with it.
So this, I feel like you might have needed a bit of prompting because when I remember when we spoke down in Albury, you were like, man, I want to get the new album done. Like,
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, when we rehearse, when we were like, when we're writing and stuff like that. It's like we do a bit of writing down here in Melbourne, and then we go up to Brisbane as well because Toddy's a Brisbane boy, our drummer, and we spent a bit of time up there as well, and we were planning on coming up over Easter to do some writing anyway, and we thought, why don't we just they asked us to play, it was just like they asked us to play and all that, and let's just play some shows. We'll do some writing as well, and we love playing live, man. We just love
hmm.
playing live, and that's just our thing, and that's just what we do. And we'll sit there and go, no, we're not playing for 6 months or whatever, but we always end up playing.
Next minute.
Who are we kidding? Who are we kidding? So yeah, we just love playing, man.
Oh, fair, man. You're fucking good at it. What's the
Thank you.
when it comes to writing, like, how does it normally start? It's basically the lads coming in with just riff ideas and you just kind of fleshing shit out from there and putting some drums behind it, or do you kind of start from I don't know, because I mean, particularly for a vocalist, if you haven't got lyrics ready, are you basically just watching these riffs come together and fleshing it out, and then you go away and see if you can nut something out, or how does it work?
Um, it's interesting, like the way that we do it. Like a lot of the time, like we'll come. It depends on the person in the band as well. Like everyone has their own way of bringing their songs to the band as well. Like I would say Ari and Squiz are probably the like main riff writers and stuff like that. But Slats and Todd also bring some riffs to the table, and I'm play bass and guitar and stuff, but I've never really bring riffs to the table because I just feel like we've already got like four people throwing stuff in, and we probably don't need someone else. But although I've always kind of wanted to, but yeah, so someone like Slats will just like generally write a whole like song and parts and stuff and record it on his computer and then send it to us all. Toddy will do the same kind of thing, but I think Ari and Squiz more kind of get into the jam room and like to nut it out a little bit more. And and then we'll record it and then send it back and then we'll rehash it and I'll put my vocals on it and then go, oh, maybe we need to extend this part or shorten that part.
Mm.
Yeah, so it just kind of depends, but yeah, like usually we'll get a rough recording or something like that, and I'll kind of sit down. I also like to write the lyrics while the guys are actually writing the structure as well. That's something that we've done a lot of in the past as well. So, I mean, there's no right way, but I guess it's always just like a process of like, here's the idea, let's nut it out, let's jam it, let's write some lyrics, and then let's do it all again and rework it. And it takes a little while to get to that sort of finished product kind of stage, but that seems to be the way that we kind of do it. And yeah, it's exciting and fun to be able, after all the shit that's gone on for everyone over the last few years, to be able to do this stuff again and look forward to having a new record. That's what we want to do.
So what can you tell me about the new? Are we going to maybe be hearing some new material at these shows?
Maybe. We want to try. We want to maybe play one new song, maybe. So that's the plan. I got to do some practice tonight after this interview, and maybe tomorrow, if we're going to play something new. But yeah, I mean, we're up for it. We're always up for it if we can. So we'll give it a shot, and we're rehearsing this weekend too, and then we'll have time to suss it out. So yeah, let's hope so. We might play at least one new song, maybe two. Who knows?
Kind of feel a great swell of pity for your neighbors. So it's 9:30 at night, and after this, you're going to be going.
Well, my neighbours are actually on holidays at the moment, and they've got someone there, like a dog sitter, minding their
Yeah.
dogs. So it's not actually my actual neighbours. So I don't really give a fuck.
Mate, fucking, I've obviously I'm a big fan of your lyrics. I mean, I've literally made artwork out of your fucking lyrics. Um, so I mean, it's a vague question, but like, do you have certain kind of inspirational wells that you kind of go back to draw from? Because I mean, you go from everything from, like, for example, on Bite Your Head Off, you go from, the famously like dead end talking about recovery to, yeah, I was looking at the lyrics to Silly Old Mate, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, who is this cunt?
Yeah. Oh, there's no real rules about it. I don't think. It's like I guess it's just an outlet for everything, really, isn't it? To write. Um, just to explore all different styles of writing. I find I don't really ever try to put some sort of limit. I'll go, oh, this is all I write about. This is the only thing. It's like this horror stuff in there, and especially like even a song like "Silly Old Mate." That's all sort of references to like Snowtown and stuff like that. That
Mm.
movie. That was sort of what I was kind of thinking about. And stuff like Wolf Creek and those sorts of things. That was sort of but with that Aussie kind of just those kind of stories, that sort of grotesque, sort of bizarre kind of shit.
And rock spiders. Yeah. It's
Yeah, well,
funny,
fucking,
man. I
yeah.
That is exactly when I was looking at those lyrics. Snowtown is exactly where my fucking head went.
That was what I was kind of channeling. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's sort of what I was sort of thinking anyway. But and as well as my own sort of experiences with that kind of stupid shit, like that, people that and just that real Aussie kind of derelict kind of shit, like we've all kind of grown up and known people or seen people that have kind of had that, if
Yeah.
you've grown up in like country Australia, like outside of the cities, oh, like, inside the cities too, but that outside, especially that
Hmm.
real off kind of shit, and that movie for some reason or another really, yeah, it's
Yeah.
horrid film.
And it brings to mind, like you're saying, just some of those fucked up people that you'll meet when you have a drug habit and you wind up in some stranger's house at like more, at 1 in the morning, and it's that unease when you start to realize like you're sitting on some couch that you don't recognize, and you're like, fuck, I'm just looking to score drugs, like you're trying to buy weed or something, and there's this some sketchy cunt in the house, and you're like, is this going to be the last person I ever see?
Yeah, yeah, I had a few of those experiences over the years, that's for sure, man. But like, yeah, I don't know. There's always something, there's always something to be inspired by or look around at, and if there's not, well then, you've got to try and just look a little deeper. There's always something going on. And I also like try and feel like I think Blackie from the Hard Ons once sort of said, like you got to understand this, and I like to say it like to understand the spirit of the song,
Mm.
and that like to hear the what it is and the energy and the whatever's being put into it by the guys playing their instruments and stuff, and then to sort of feel that and make it into something cool. So that's something that's always I'm kind of thinking about too.
Yeah. So how at this point, when can you see yourself recording?
Uh, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do it yet. We're kind of throwing a few ideas back and forth at the moment, but when we start working on stuff, we just sort of do it kind of intensely. So I can't imagine it's going to be too long, and we want to have a video single kind of thing happening, sort of just after mid-year. So that's the plan at this point. So we'll see how we go. I don't really know anything else other than that right now.
You normally film them in Melbourne, don't you?
Videos and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we usually film in Melbourne if we can. Like, I mean, I think we did one in America when we were over there once, but all the other ones have been here.
Mm. I was gonna say, fuck,
Yeah, we like to work with our video guy, Dan Farmer. So, yeah.
well, tell Dan to fucking do some location shooting and come up to Brisbane. I'll be an extra. I'll do whatever I'll wear a fucking tutu. I don't care. I'll do whatever you want.
We'll see. We'll see how we go. Just
Won't be the-
yeah, but it's you know what it's good. It's been like we're all kind of just getting into that like let's do a new record kind of mode and thinking about artwork, thinking about videos, thinking about the new music and stuff. So it's just there's a bit of a rejuvenated energy in the band
Mm.
at the moment, which is great. And we're looking at going back to the States in September. So we're gonna head over there and do a month or so and hit the road and get back out there and get amongst it. So
Any idea who you want to tour with over there?
we're talking to a few people at the moment. So yeah, I can't say nothing yet, but we're definitely talking to a few people and a few different bands. It'll be maybe a bit of a mishmash of a few different bands that we'll end up playing with, but it's going to be cool. And if it all comes together, it'll be some of the coolest shit we've done ever. So
Just
fingers
looking to hook
crossed.
up with fucking Child Bite. Not
Man,
well, not
always.
Child Bite. His other band, fucking Shock Narcotic. The guy.
Yeah, great band. Great band. Yeah, yeah. It's super cool. I love those guys. And Sean from Child Bite's a good buddy of mine, and
Mm.
a good buddy of all of ours. We've played more shows actually with Child Bite than any other band.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
And
there is a Brisbane band I want to tell you about if you hadn't already heard of them. Have you heard of a band called Blind Girls?
no, I haven't.
So really, really ferocious hardcore with a female singer.
Right?
Yeah, they converge. Like
Yeah.
sonically, basically, they would do a perfect cover of the Jane Doe record. Just banshee fucking screams, and yeah, like super high
Excellent.
energy. I've seen them twice and they've blown out a snare drum both times. So I have a feeling their drums are fucking
Oh,
average.
that's saying something, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Blind girls. All right, I'll check it
Blind
out.
girls. Fucking get on it. Um, so what can you tell me about the we chatted a bit in Albury about like where the sound is kind of going. Like how would you describe the new stuff?
Hmm. And I don't think we're reinventing the wheel or anything. I mean, we just, we just do what we do, It's like, I don't think it's going to be, we're certainly not going for the European stadium rock market, for example.
Fuck it. Do your load. Do like cut your hair and put on some
No, no.
eyeliner.
No, man, we're just going to keep going. We'll push it harder, if anything. Like that's what we want to do. We want to just make the most engaging but intense music that you can. That's heaps of fun to perform live, so that when we do our 45 minutes to an hour of playing live, we just smash it, smash it, smash it, and then leave.
Yeah.
That's our style. That's what we want to do. We don't really feel the need to do any more than that ever, really. And there might have been a couple of shows where we might have played for an hour or a little bit more than an hour, but it just doesn't sort of suit what we do because it's so intense. So I think it's more about just keeping that intensity up and just writing the best songs that we can. That's the idea, and I think we've had some good success with that over the years, and with each album that we've done, there's always been really cool songs on each of the records that become mainstays in the set. So yeah, hopefully we can get a few more of those going, and yeah, but it's sounding really promising at the moment. Like the riffs are fucking great, and Ari and Squiz are both great riff writers. So it's so much fun just to pull it all together.
Oh, wicked. Awesome, man. I can't wait. Um, it's fun. Like I'm not even this is normally the part where I'd offer my services for like graphic design or something, but your guy is so fucking good that I'm not even gonna bother. Are you using him again, Boyd?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, Boyd's always like Boyd Synnott is like he's like one of my best mates, and he's been heavily involved with everything that we've done over the years, pretty much since the very start. Um, and providing artwork. He did the artwork for the Stench Hardcore Pub Trash. He hasn't done all of the artwork, but he's done a fair. He did the Dead Set cover with another guy, Simon Robbins, who's the vocalist in a band called Piss Bolt. And they also did the Ugly Produce album cover. But Gleno did the Bite Your Head Off cover. But yeah, Boyd's like, I wouldn't say he's a graphic designer because he's more of a I keep telling him to get a computer and start doing graphic design because I think he'd be good at it. But he's just very artistic. Like he loves his like fine art, drawing, and all of that sort of stuff. He's more into that sort of stuff, and usually we'll just grab that and then give it to someone else, and they'll manipulate it. But yeah, we've got a couple of ideas for like album covers and stuff like that. And we were thinking maybe a photo or something for this one, but we'll see what happens. I'm not sure. We're not sure yet. We're still like brainstorming that. But Boyd's always like had a big hand in all of our video ideas and stuff as well. So when it comes to producing and bringing the idea and the concept or whatever to Dan, our video guy, then we'll nut it all out. And Dan's really good at developing a story or developing the idea of the story. So yeah, it's something that Boy will be involved in every kind of part of it and helping out. I often call him the sixth member of the band because he's always there. He's like the shit barometer for what we do. It's like, oh, hey, Boyd, is this any good? And if it's shit, he'll go, don't do that. Or so I think it's good to have those people in your corner that you trust, that you can show that your stuff to and get some honest feedback.
Boyd, is this a good idea? No, it's not. Okay, I take it back. Can't take it back. It's in the system.
Well, yeah, that's true. True that.
Oh boy.